So we are live. Listen, welcome in, welcome back. Every Thursday we are live. So today we are starting with the emotional wounds that you may be living with. Listen, what you don't feel, you can't heal. You see, your prayer may be for God to take away the cup that you're carrying, right? Maybe there's something that you're going through and you're saying, God, I really cannot handle this. I can't take this. I need you to take this away from me. But what God may be saying is that I need you to do heart surgery. I need to do heart surgery on you, right? I might need to do a little bit more than just taking something from you. I need to get to the root of the issue that you're dealing with, right? And so you might say, well, what does that look like? So, what I want to share with you is the three things that you can begin today so that you can start your effective emotional healing journey. All right. So, if you are a woman who says that I am ready to begin my healing journey, first and foremost, make sure that you subscribe here on YouTube to the Rachel Harper podcast. Make sure you follow me on the social media pages. And if you are also ready to begin really doing the work, you can go to womanreset.com. That is my site where there are various resources. There's a workshop, there's a blog there, there's some videos there where you can really begin to dig deep into your emotional healing journey. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So, with your emotional healing journey, listen, it is so important that we begin to really look at our emotions, really begin to look at our hearts and decide where do we want to go next in our lives. When you think about it, if you were to break your arm today, the first thing you may do is go to the emergency room, right? You want to go and get it fixed. If you were to break your leg, the first thing you're going to do is possibly call 911 and say, I need to get this healed. I need to get this fixed. I need some therapy. I need whatever is necessary to make sure I move my life to the next level. Because I can't go into, the next level of my life with this broken leg, this broken ankle, right? With my stomach hurting, all those things, right? Right now in your purse, you probably have some Tylenol just in case, right? Just in case you have a headache. You see, we always have these things where we want to heal our physical body, but then we sit in the dysfunction of our emotional healing, of our emotional pain, of our emotional turmoil. We will sit in that dysfunction and we would then say, this is just who I am. This is just the way I am. I was just born this way, right? So we will sit in that for a very long time. Therapy, not happening. Self-help books, not going to work. Right? We'll sit in that dysfunction of the emotional turmoil and the emotional pain of what has happened in our past. We will literally sit in that for a very long time. And I just come today to let you know that the emotional healing journey is one that you may possibly need to be on, right? Because what's happening is that emotional pain, that emotional turmoil that you feel, it is affecting many areas of your life. It's affecting your physical health, your mental health, it's affecting your mind, it's affecting your money, it's definitely affecting your relationships. So when you sit with those unhealed emotional wounds, it doesn't just affect all those areas of your life, it affects you. So the question is, how can you get in better relationship with yourself? How can you begin to mend your own heart and mend up and patch up the wounds that you are calling just my personality? It's just who I am. When in actuality, it may just be the use of dysfunction, right, of your life. And so let's go ahead and walk through that. All right. So I want to give you what is the first stage of this emotional healing journey that is necessary, right? If you say, I'm ready to reclaim my life, reclaim my heart, heal these emotional wounds, this brokenness, this self-doubt, this fear, this shame, I'm ready to move beyond those areas of my life so that I can really get back on my birthright. God said my birthright is abundance. What would that look like? So today I just want to go over just the first stage of your emotional healing journey. All right. Because most people, they want to say heal. And you may say, well, how? That's where I come in. I'm going to show you how. How can you begin to start your emotional healing journey so that you can really begin to live your life at the next level? Because right now you're hitting a wall and you might not even realize it. You can't really live your best life until you move those emotional unhealed wounds out of the way. It's a wall. It's blocking you. It's blocking you from healing and getting to the next level of what God says that you can have. So the first stage, I'm just going to go over the first stage today. Next week, I'll come back with the second stage. And then the next week after that, the third stage. All right, hold on one. Let's see. That's what I'm putting. Okay. Let me get this. I'm trying to get my Instagram back restarted. So make sure you hold on here. Just hold it. So my husband was actually calling me while I was on a live. And if anybody knows about Instagram live, what typically happens is it'll just cut it off. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let me start this over. So going into that next stage of your life, I really want to cover the first stage that you can begin to look at. So let's just get back into it. All right, let's go. All right, this is we're continuing on. So if you saw the last version or the first part, we're continuing on. All right. So the first part, reclaim your emotional growth. All right. Reclaim your emotional growth. What does that look like? It's going to look like three things. So if you have a pen and paper, make sure you write this down. So the first part, the first thing it looks like number one, acknowledging you need and desire that heart surgery. All right. You have to acknowledge that you need and that you desire heart surgery. You see, the emotional healing journey is not for the weak. It's just not. All right. So we think that this emotional healing journey might look like bubble baths and soft life. While those are great tools to have in your emotional healing toolbox, right? I'm going to give you some tools. We want to really begin to do the real work of getting to the roots of your emotional pain, right? Where is the area of your life where you're really looking to get better, to strive, to thrive, to stop just surviving, but really move to the next level? So just like people, when you think about, I did an internship back in 2011. I was working on my master's degree in counseling, and I did my internship with the alcohol and drug court. And one of the things they have to do is just acknowledge that they desire to change at that point, right? So there were some of them who weren't ready to change. They were there because they were forced there by the court, right? They had gotten in trouble so many times, so they were forced to be there. But then there were other ones who said, you know what? I'm tired of going through this. I really know I need to make a change. The things that I'm doing is affecting my family. It is affecting me. It's affecting everyone around me. And I'm really desiring to get to the next level. And so the same thing with you on your emotional healing journey. It is about acknowledging that you need and desire that heart surgery. You're desiring to really cut things off at the root. You are really looking to get to the next level. So again, it's not just about your physical healing, right? It is also about your emotional healing. Okay. And so again, we've gotten so good at just living in dysfunction that we don't realize that what we need is a really good heart wash, a really good heart healing. All right. So that's number one. So let's go ahead and move on to number two. Number two, when it comes to your emotional healing journey, it may not be pretty. All right. It may not be pretty. So if you think about, again, let's say someone who is an alcoholic, right? They say they want to heal, they want to get better. Guess what? They stop drinking. And what do they start to feel? They might start to feel all these different things happening in their body because now their body is having to get rid of all of the toxins and the behaviors and the things that it was used to having, right? So now we got to get, for us as individuals, as women who want to really get on an emotional healing journey, it may not be pretty. There may be triggers, right? You start to think about what someone did to you, how they talked down about you, how they did you bad, how they did you dirty, how they left you in that relationship. Maybe how you was looked over for that opportunity on your job, and it would really help your family get to the next level, but you feel like you were overlooked. Maybe you're in a business, and in your business, you feel like you're an imposter, right? Imposter syndrome. Who am I to have this business, right? All those things may trigger some type of physiological response, right? It may make your palms sweaty. It may make you tear up, may make you cry. Well, God gave you tear ducts for a reason. All right. And one of the things we often do is we try to sweep all of our feelings under the rug. We say, well, I'm not going to cry. We try not to be vulnerable. But in your emotional healing journey, it is so necessary for you to understand it might not be pretty. All right. Because what you're doing is you are facing those emotions head on. You're showing it, you're looking at it face to face, something that we often don't do. And that usually comes down from generation to generation. It's like what happens in this household stays in this household. Whatever happened to you, you need to just hurry up and get over it, move on. We got more to do in life. Well, we have to stop living like that. We have to start acknowledging our feelings, our emotions, and saying truly what it is that we truly desire, because your unhealed emotional wounds is trapping you from living your best life. It's trapping you from living on that next level. All right. So triggers, heightened physiological responses, that vulnerability, all of that might be, something that you will see on your emotional healing journey. All right. So don't just expect that it's just going to be this wonderful, rah-rah, beautiful moment. No, we're really getting to the root of the issue and cutting that thing down. Number 3, the last one, to reclaim your emotional growth and really get your journey started. Number 3, reclaim your emotional growth. Just because you wake up, it doesn't mean that you're growing. So we got to get that out of our head. In order to actually grow in our lives, we got to be putting in the work. We got to be putting in the work. So I'm going to leave you with these few things, right? When you're reclaiming your emotional growth for your emotional journey, stretch yourself. Stretch yourself. Anyone who's going to take this journey, stretch yourself. All right. Next thing, be gentle with your thoughts. It's okay. Be gentle with your thoughts, right? So if you're going back to a story, you say, well, I'm going to begin to heal from that broken relationship. That person did me real bad. They did me real dirty. And I'm really sad about it. And then you start to beat yourself up like, man, I was so stupid. How did I not see it? Like, no, don't do that. Be gentle with yourself. All the things that we go through is a part of the human experience, but it's also for us to learn from them so that we can get to the next level of where God says we're supposed to go. All right. So be gentle with your thoughts. Be gentle with your expectations. Don't expect your healing journey to be easy. Don't expect your healing journey to be quick. Don't expect it to just be just this one-time ordeal. I call it a journey for a reason. It's something that you are continuously on. It's not a destination. It's just not. Next thing, be gentle and realistic with your healing timeline. Most of us are like, God, just take this cup from me. I'm just ready to move on, right? We got to be real with our healing timeline. We're trying to be too quick to not feel the pain. That is the reason why we're always pushing all of our emotions under the rug. That's the reason why, right? But what if you could just sit in what you're feeling? Sit in it and allow it to flow in you and out of you. Because with this sitting under the rug, it's still following you everywhere. You're sitting with your emotional, unhealed wounds in a backpack, right? Think about that great prophet, Erykah Badu, right? What she call your bag lady? What do you got in your bag? You got all these emotions, all these unhealed emotions, and it's just carrying you around. It's dragging you down. It's dragging you down. All right? Bag lady. All those emotions you carrying around in that bag, you keep going back and looking back at the past. It's not serving you today. Your emotional journey, healing journey, is for you to look forward, to release the shackles of that unhealed emotional wounds. You got to release the shackles of that. Last but not least, seek therapy for the emotional pain that you can't self-heal, right? So there are podcasts about healing. There are books, right? Self-help books about healing. There's church on Sunday where you can get healing. There's places and resources like Woman Reset, womanreset.com, where you can get some emotional healing tools. But if you get to that point where you says, I really can't do this on my own, be okay with therapy. Be okay with seeking therapy, right? It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't mean you're not strong. It doesn't mean that you're just giving up. It means you just need another level to help you in addition to your healing journey, your self-healing journey. All right. So hopefully you could take those 3 things, acknowledge your need and desire for your heart surgery. Know that your journey may not be pretty, And then reclaim your emotional growth. Say, it's time for me to grow. I really got to start growing, getting better. I got to start healing. Things got to start looking a little bit different. Because listen, it is September 1st. Today is September 1st. If you're watching this today, we can't go into next year looking how we did this year. And so the work begins now. It don't begin January 1st. It begins now. And so if you are ready to begin this journey, I want you to go ahead and subscribe to the Woman Reset community. All you do is go to womanreset.com. There's going to be a pop-up that says subscribe to the community. And I want you to subscribe today. I have an intensive, a workshop, and a challenge that is coming up, right? For anyone who is looking to really get to dive deep into those emotional wounds that you may still be carrying. Because listen, it is affecting many areas of your life. It is affecting your money. It's affecting your job, your career. It's affecting your relationships with others, your intimate relationships. It is affecting the relationship you having with yourself. It's affecting your heart. It's affecting your stress and your mind. It's just affecting your whole entire life. All right. And so if you're really looking to get serious about your emotional healing journey, go ahead and join me in the community and get notified. You'll get notified of when this challenge is called Writing to Heal. The challenge is coming up really soon, so you don't want to miss it. All right. So go ahead and share this broadcast with any of your closest friends who you want to rock with on this journey as well. All right. So don't rock alone while you're on this journey. Let's go ahead and rock together. All right. I will see you next week where we will talk about part two of your emotional healing journey in order to really make it effective so that you can begin thriving for the next level of your life. All right. I will see you next time.